Where'll you be going?
Texas?
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Go on, make it happen.
And now here's Steve and Michelle.
Merry Christmas from the heart of Dripping Springs. We are Mallet and Michelle, hosted by me, Michelle Lewis, and Santa Claus Steve Mallet.
That's so wrong. Merry Christmas, Michelle. Welcome to Conspiracy Christmas.
Conspiracy Christmas.
With the Mallet and Michelle podcast.
Absolutely.
Gotta thank our sponsors. Can't do it. Nomic Power Solutions, backup power generation.
Mallet Integrity Team Real Estate Team.
And two new sponsors, which will be coming on in the new year, South Star Bank.
And Jovi Belterra.
Super excited. What a great crew they have over there at Jovi, and we're going to help them get that place filled up right quick. Conspiracy Christmas. Anybody that's listening has to have heard about the damn drones flying all over the place.
Are them called damn drones?
Damn drones.
There's a lot of... You and I researched the same story, is what we
Isn't
did.
it funny? We didn't compare notes, and you said, what are you going to talk about? And I said drones, and that was the top of your list.
Yeah, I know, because it's. I think it's crazy what's going on. And then the government, if their mouth is moving, they're lying to you. And there have been sightings all over the world, but more in New Jersey.
New Jersey seems to be the epicenter, but they've been reported in almost every state, all the way across to California.
Can you imagine if they were here? Like, they wouldn't be up in the sky for 10 minutes. They'd be all over the neighbor's
practice.
page. They would be, but people are, I guess the government's saying, oh no, you're just mistaken. It's an airplane or it's an unmanned aircraft or,
Can you imagine being like the director of Homeland Security and having somebody come up to your desk and say, okay, we're going to have a press conference and I want you to go out there and what I want you to say is...
lie.
I don't know. I don't know what they are.
I know.
We know they're not dangerous, but I don't know.
I don't know. What do you think they are?
I think they're probably, my guess is they're probably private drones from a company that's doing some kind of research, either with military capabilities or with just, adding to police departments. Because remember, we did a story of Bee Cave is using drones to go, they send out a drone to go to accident sites to see if they need to send police officers.
But you're going to tell me that the government is going to look at you in your eyeballs and tell you that it's a company that's doing it and that they don't know what it is?
That. Yeah,
well, they've said that.
How inept do you have to be the federal government, which is
do you want it
the
alphabetically
largest,
or numerically?
the largest, most powerful, biggest intelligence bureaucracy in the entire world is like, there's things flying in the sky. We don't think they're dangerous, but I don't know.
Okay, so let's compare notes. Okay. Here's what I my little deep dive here. Let me wear my. I brought...
Oh, don't put it by the microphone.
It's my tinfoil hat. Okay, so I'm going to put my tinfoil hat on as I say it. They're not U.S. military drones, but they are U.S. sanctioned drones. So they're possibly from the DOD or other department.
How do you know that? Who said that?
Okay, just hear me out here a second.
Go ahead.
Okay, but that's how they can state they're not U.S. military, right?
Oh.
What are they looking for and why New Jersey? It's not the salsa, right? It's not hot sauce that they're looking for. You know what they're looking for? Plasmoids. Do you know what plasmoids are?
Oh my God, this is a deep hole you went down.
It's the fourth state of matter that exists in the world. Plasmoids generate plasma. There's a plasmoid generating plasma reactor in New Jersey. And you know what else is in New Jersey? It's the Princeton Plasma and Physics Lab in New Jersey.
Plasmoid.
I saw a comment of somebody said my ex-wife was a plasmoid and it didn't work out well for her. So the idea is the U.S. is tracking it and obviously doing something with it. What, you ask? What? Well, there's also reports that these drones are spraying something. I don't know if you've seen that.
I have not seen that.
Yeah, so I've obviously gone deeper down the tinfoil.
Yeah, you watched more
hat.
TikTok videos than I did.
Absolutely. These plasmoids are glowing. They're reporting that they're glowing orbs. right?
The plasmoids or the
and these are
drones?
the plasmoids. And if you see a drone next to this glowing orb, what is it doing? Well, it's either trying to neutralize it or it's trying to get next to it or get it to react so it can study it. And it can help us explain what I read was the electromagnetic fields, or it could be an alternate source of energy. And
wow.
I'm telling you.
I don't even know where to go with it. Mine is really dry compared to that.
Okay, so what's yours? Yours is...
Well, the things that I've come across are that there's a lot of reports that there's not just one or two drones at a time. There's swarms of them, 5, 6, 10 at a time. And there have been a lot of reports of them coming in off the ocean.
Yes. I wonder who said that a couple of episodes ago when we were supposed to have an alien or a drone war in the sky.
Don't break your arm patting yourself on the back there, Michelle.
I can't reach that far.
The Coast Guard said they've reported over 50 sightings out over the ocean. So, I mean, why would anybody that's a private drone fly out over the ocean? There's really nothing to see. Once if it's a private drone, the ones that you go buy at like Best Buy, why are you flying it over the ocean? So I think they may be originating from the ocean and coming on land.
They have said that.
So is that foreign actors, a foreign government?
But they're going to say they don't know who it is? Oh, that's interesting. Kind of like having a weather balloon fly over the United States and then undetected.
Yeah. I think that the federal government knows exactly what they are and they don't want to tell us. And didn't Donald Trump come out yesterday and say... He said
something like they're stupid, they know something or something.
No, I thought he said something like the federal government knows and they've chosen not to tell you. I don't know if that's true or not.
Yes, but, he said, wait, hold on, I have it. I have his quote. You ready?
Yep.
His quote, "Something strange is going on." That's what he said.
Well, geez, talk about Captain Obvious there, Mr. Trump.
No bleep, Sherlock.
Yeah. It was funny to me. Who is it? Mayorkas, the Department of Homeland Security director, said yesterday
liar face?
Yeah. That the Department of Homeland Security doesn't have the authority to shoot one of these things down. I was thinking, if the Department of Homeland Security that is supposed to keep American citizens safe in the United States can't shoot down drones that may or may not be hostile, who can shoot them down? Just shoot one down just to see what it is.
Bubba. Yeah. Bubba can shoot it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, well, the federal government doesn't have the authority. You're right. Bubba with a shotgun has the authority to do it. It's flying over my property. I'll shoot it down.
You know what I read? I don't
not legally, by the way.
Yeah, well, no, because it's something like a $25,000 fine if you shoot a drone down or something. I saw it.
Oh, well, there you go. So don't listen to my advice.
Well, here, it could also be a simulated alien invasion they're trying to get ready for.
Like in Spider-Man, you were showing me
like in
before.
Spider-Man. Yeah, there was a Spider-Man movie where they had the drones that were fighting. They were simulating, I don't know, Godzilla and stuff.
Like puts on almost like a show, and so what you see is not real. But I do think I think you mentioned it before we started, there could be a chance, conspiratorial here, that the federal government is behind this and they're trying to see how the public will react to drones flying over all the time, monitoring our lives as she puts her tinfoil hat back on.
Like a certain C word that happened.
COVID didn't shut us all down and make us all quiver and hide in our homes.
No, it just made me more defiant. Believe it or not, I actually was a sweet little person before 2020. No, I wasn't.
Well, I think there's a lot more people that had ideas before 2020 that people would have said, oh, that's very conspiratorial. But a lot of the things that people were saying in 2021 and 2022 came true.
Yeah, I know. It's like, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I'm just saying some of this stuff's not adding up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it all started with Fauci saying, you don't need a mask. And then like a week later going, well, I was lying to you because we didn't want y'all to run out and grab masks. Like, okay. And then it just went downhill from there.
Well, do you want to hear some of my top conspiracy theories for 2024?
I'm not sure I do.
Well, okay. So some of them, obviously, the drones and all the theories that are surrounding that, including AI manipulation. We talked about AI manipulation, but that all goes with like the weather weaponization claims or and AI has kind of become uncontrollable. Disaster imagery that's kind of like from the Spider-Man movie I showed you, but like where they show hurricanes, floods, and tornadoes. It was actually kind of funny. One of the examples they gave me was during a flood. It was a picture of Trump walking through floodwaters, saving cats, like when the whole Ohio. So they were like, that is AI manipulation. So that's conspiracy theory. It's back on that the moon landing was fake because there was a Netflix movie about it.
Apple TV. It was on Apple TV. Yeah, we watched it, and it's pretty funny, but I'm sure there are people watching that. See, I told you so. They didn't really land on the moon.
Yep. This one was funny. I kind of heard something about this, but I thought I went a deeper dive that the Denver airport is the Illuminati's headquarters. And people believe that there are tunnels and lizard lairs in the airport. And the airport, at first they were denying it, but now they're leaning into it, and they're using it for marketing. Which I think is pretty
media,
kind
of on TikTok. Hey, I'm taking you down into the lair.
Of course, we had the election this year with the Trump assassination attempts and all of the conspiracy theories that went behind that. The election BS that, about Biden getting out of the election. They even brought in Taylor Swift and just kind of all surrounding that. This one was pretty funny. The royals, about, unfortunately, Princess Catherine was dealing with cancer and all the conspiracy theories that dealt with her. But then King Charles is actually a vampire, and he derives from a long line of vampirism. Okay. And then, of course, this one is never, ever, ever, ever going away, even though at some point he will be way too old to even exist, that Elvis is in witness protection, and along with now Michael Jackson and John JFK Jr.
How old would Elvis be now, though?
I think he would be 90? Almost 90. Yeah.
How cool would it be if Elvis came out with a new album?
Okay, so there was this guy that was in a mental institution, and he swore that he was Elvis, and his name is Jesse. Right? Well, Elvis had a twin brother. Okay, here's my Elvis. Elvis had a twin brother that died when he was born. He was stillborn. What was his name? Elvis. I mean, not Elvis, Jesse. Right? So they did DNA testing apparently on Jesse, and Jesse has the exact DNA as Elvis and his parents. This is a conspiracy rabbit hole.
Yeah.
So maybe Elvis is not in witness protection. He's now going by Jesse, and he's in a mental institution.
But I bet he's still got a good voice.
Hubba.
Yeah.
Elvis,
and you heard it here first on Mallet and Michelle. I'm going to lighten it up a little bit.
Oh, please do.
Yeah. Since it's the Christmas episode.
Yeah.
Most popular Christmas songs in each state for 2024.
Feliz Navidad.
You take it away. You can't do that. You stole my thunder.
Oh, wait, you actually had audio?
I do, but now you messed
Okay, go
it
ahead.
up.
Just ignore it. Go ahead. Go again.
Where's it going?
Oh my gosh!
I messed it up.
That's not how this works. That's not how it is.
Where'd it go? It is Feliz Navidad, and
Where?
Now my YouTube's going nuts.
Here?
In Texas, it's Feliz Navidad. So there's only 2 states where Feliz Navidad is the most popular song: Texas and Florida. Which maybe it's a Hispanic community. I don't know.
It is a song that's sung in Spanish.
Well, this is true. I can't believe it. I was so ready to play it too.
Okay, you go on, and I'm going to find it. Okay.
In the Northeast, by a large margin, Jingle Bells is the most popular song. Did you know the song Jingle Bells is 150 years old?
Oh, it's almost as old as you are.
Yes, it is. I remember when they wrote it. It was actually written in 1850. So it's well over 150 years old. In the other states,
I threw you off with me knowing Feliz Navidad.
Yeah, you did. In Nevada, Jingle Bell Rock. In Oregon, Deck the Halls. There you go. Feliz Navidad. Okay, don't play it so long that we get knocked off Apple Podcast. In Washington, it's Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow.
Oh.
It's pretty funny, this. Okay, most annoying Christmas song.
Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer. I hate that song.
It's not even on the list.
I cannot stand that song.
Okay, I'll do the top 5.
Okay.
I'm surprised that number 5 didn't just get canceled out of existence. Baby, It's Cold Outside.
Oh, that's because they're woke. But
Yes.
that song's not.
Number 4, Burl Ives singing A Holly Jolly Christmas. Most annoying.
What?
Yes. Yep. Number 3, most annoying, is Feliz Navidad.
Who are these, like 19-year-olds that are
It was
saying this?
1,200 people from 20 states were interviewed for this
1,200
survey.
people are stupid.
You will get this one. The number 2 most annoying song, Alvin and the Chipmunks singing the Chipmunk song.
Yeah, I like that song.
Do you want to take a stab at number 1?
I got it wrong because I thought it was Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer.
No, yeah.
Runned over?
Mariah Carey singing All I Want for Christmas
No,
Is
that
You.
is a
That is the
Christmas
number 1
staple.
most annoying song.
That is it's actually a very confusing song because she says, I don't want a lot for Christmas. And then she says, all I want is you. So she's a little stocky.
Oh, that's true.
She's a liar.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
She may not want a lot, but she wants you.
She
and
wants
she wants
all
you a
of
lot.
you.
All
Yeah.
of you.
Yeah.
That sounds
that,
a little
that
crazy.
song every year, the week before Christmas, is the number 1 song on the Billboard charts.
Well,
All I Want for Christmas Is You. Maybe it's so annoying because they play it over and over and over.
how? And over?
And over.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I
so
can
there
agree
you
with
go.
that.
And you know what? If you're putting your radio on while you're driving, you're going to hear every one of those songs.
If you're putting your
more
radio
times
on,
than you want to.
you put your radio on. So I have a kind of morbid story.
Conspiracies and morbidity. What else do we need?
Okay, so have you heard that they think they have found, again, the tomb of Santa Claus? Actually, it's
The
Saint Nick.
tomb of Santa Claus.
Yeah. Archaeologists believe that they have found the tomb of Saint Nick in Turkey. He was Saint Nicholas was a Greek bishop born sometime around 260 AD, give or take. He was the patron saint of children and sailors.
Say that again.
The patron saint of children and sailors. He was idolized all over for his kindness and his generosity, but over time, his legacy morphed into Santa Claus. Actually, it was the Dutch that changed or started calling him Santa Claus.
Did you say what year this was?
I don't know. It was probably like you were in 8th grade or something like that.
So 200 years ago?
Yeah, 200 years. He died around 343 AD, but he was buried. Okay, so this is where it gets kind of sketch. So he was buried in a church with his name on it, like the St. Nicholas Church or whatever. And then his body was stolen. Yeah. And then they thought to smuggled his body or bones or whatever to Italy. And then they found some of his bones in Ireland, but now...
How did, whatever this is, 1,700 years ago, they say, oh, those are the bones of Saint Nick.
Well,
they
I
didn't
think
have
because
DNA testing or anything like that.
How do you say it? The
Sarcophagus?
Sarcophagus, yeah. I mean, look, I have a picture of Santa popping out of a tomb. I mean, that's got to be true. But it's a 6-foot-long limestone... Say it, sarcophagus. It was found buried 6 feet deep within a 2-story annex of the St. Nicholas Church in Turkey. Long considered to be the final resting place of the saint, excavations were underway here since 1989. So apparently, this is the original place where he was buried. And so either when somebody buried him, dug him up, they only took part of his bones, and then I don't know. But Santa Claus is not dead and buried anymore.
I've never heard this story before. That's the first time I've ever heard about the tomb of Saint Nick. I figured you were going to say they found it at the North Pole. There's this little like barber-looking pole thing there, and that marks the grave. And no,
well, I saw somebody. They made a comment on one of the stories, and they said that story is a lie because I was at the mall last night and I saw him there.
Santa.
I saw him there. Yeah. So yeah, whatever. But yeah, I think that's pretty interesting. That I mean, he was a saint, Saint Nicholas, and. I don't know. Honestly, I don't understand the whole premise of digging somebody that's like, isn't your quote final resting place supposed to be your final resting place?
Yeah, maybe that's only kind of a modern thing though that we've all come up with in the last couple hundred years. Once you're dead and buried, they shouldn't touch you.
Well, what is the obsession with digging somebody up? I don't get it.
Well, I think probably way back, they thought the idea of this was a holy person, this was somebody that had some kind of religious power, and that if you took them from where they are and put them next to your castle or in your whatever area, that you would, benefit from that religious power.
That's weird.
More weird than all the crap you've been saying today about plasmoids and
I'm really not as crazy as I sound today.
Weird.
I am. I'm crazier.
Well, so
hey, I'm not a flat earther, okay?
No. We haven't gone that low yet.
Okay, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not a flat earther.
So I know we're going to talk about Christmas memories, and I'm going to tell you one of my Christmas memories because it segues into my next story. One of my favorite Christmas things to do, Holly and I did it. We haven't done it in the last couple of years.
Is it running?
Just
God.
Come on. I listen to your plasmoid stories, please.
God.
We go downtown to Town Lake on Christmas morning, but usually before everybody else in our family's awake. And we get dressed up. We'll wear like green and red stuff. And I have a little beanie that's got Christmas lights in it. And Holly has some stuff that she wears.
And this tinfoil hat was embarrassing to you right now?
Yes.
Okay, elf.
But we run around Town Lake, and there's not a whole lot of people out, but everybody we run by, we say, Merry Christmas. And, you get all kinds of different reactions. We get some people that are just as enthusiastic. Merry Christmas to you too. You get some people that don't say anything. You get some people that go, Happy Holidays. You get some people that say, Season's greetings. But it's one of my favorite things to do is just to try and spread some cheer on Christmas Day in the morning. And, I've always felt like it was fun. So I found this article on Grammarly. It's when do you say Happy Holidays instead of Merry Christmas?
Well,
have you ever thought of that?
So I was at Home Goods a couple of days ago, and the sweet little cashier next to me, she told this lady, Happy Holidays. And this lady whipped her head around. She goes, that could be really offensive to some people. And
Happy Holidays can be offensive?
And the cashier goes, well, I'm sorry. I didn't say Merry Christmas. And she just like glared at her as she was walking out. And I was like, Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Well, so I get this article is actually pretty funny. And if you needed to talk about, we were talking earlier about manipulation, like people being manipulated by government, whatever. This is a very manipulating article. And I went through and I just highlighted some of the words about you have to be politically correct and more diverse, and people might feel marginalized, and
I'm
use
the
inclusive terms.
Of all of those.
Yeah. Well, so I get the idea that, maybe somebody's celebrating Hanukkah or
absolutely,
some people celebrate the winter solstice, Boxing Day, Festivus.
Who celebrates the winter solstice? Is there like a winter solstice
I don't
group?
know. I'm sure there
are there decorations.
I'm sure they live right next door to the flat earthers, but
okay.
But they're that not everybody celebrates Christmas, right? So
yes,
I could see that. Okay, saying Happy Holidays. But do you feel like, as a Christian, that maybe Jesus is a little offended when you don't say Merry Christmas?
No, because I've said Happy Holidays before, and it's because it is the holiday season, right?
No, I agree.
I mean, but I think I have gotten a little bit more selective on who I say Merry Christmas to, because it may not be their religion. So like to say Merry Christmas, but I think also Merry Christmas, that whole term has been so commercialized that I think it's just like, it could be just a saying. It's not like it engulf the whole spirit of the holidays, right? If I could say Merry Christmas to somebody and, I meant to say, oh, Happy Hanukkah, I'm not trying to be offensive.
I think where we got off track on all of this as a society is, if I look at you when I'm checking out of a store and I smile and I say, Merry Christmas, I'm trying to brighten your day. I'm trying to spread some joy to you. I'm not trying to be, you got your Merry Christmas sweater
I just have a Merry.
I'm not trying to be a giant, just ruining your day. just take it as a nice thing. Even
know
if
what
you
you really wanna
celebrate
say?
Hanukkah or Boxing
Just
Day.
shut the
Yeah,
and
I know.
go on about your day. Did it hurt you?
Did
it
that's
hurt
the
your
thing.
soul?
That's the thing. This article actually says people might feel marginalized if you say Merry Christmas.
Then go outside in your car and cry about it.
Yeah, it's like, I get if you celebrate Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or whatever, that when somebody says Merry Christmas, that's not going to be your thing, and that's okay. It's all right.
But it's why do you have to make the little cashier feel like crud? Because
exactly. But if one of our friends says to us, "Hey, Happy Hanukkah," I'm like, "Hey, thank you very much.
Yes.
Merry Christmas to you."
Yep.
It's all. This is all about sharing love and caring with other people. They're not doing it to go Merry Christmas. I'm forcing it down your throat.
Yeah,
it's not
the
said.
crank.
It's not said in that way. So, what I want to leave that story with is just be thankful that you can spread joy and happiness with people. Try not, if that person's all upset, maybe you just say, have a great day and not say anything. But
when you say that, I just see you, Steve. You're just the epitome of joy and happiness.
I am the epitome of joy and happiness.
Dadgummit.
Gosh darn it.
People like me.
It's my mantra. I say that to myself in the shower every
I was
morning.
going to ask, talk about our favorite Christmas memory. And I wanted to ask you, was your favorite Christmas memory the time that you were woken up in the middle of the night and they walked you through your past, your present, and your future? And you
Scrooge?
you had to go visit what your
that
past
hurts.
was.
Jeez.
And I thought it was great.
She's got her Merry Christmas sweater on as she stabs me in the chest, calling me Scrooge. You guys see what I have to put up with?
So what's your favorite past Christmas? Think about that. What can you?
You mentioned to me the kids, when the kids were little, and Christmas was such a special thing. And I'm sure it's the same with you, but what they wake up in the morning and they're just so excited, and you got toys out there and you spend 3 or 4 hours and everything's a giant adventure when they tear the paper off, and then they spend all day playing with these toys, and then by 6 o'clock at night they're just out because they're exhausted. I miss that.
I just love that man perspective, that father perspective, because Christmas morning with me with little kids was always a freaking nightmare.
Was it?
Because I'm up all night wrapping presents. I'm stressed about what time I'm supposed to put the prime rib in because I have 20 people coming over, and then I need to get myself dressed. I got to get the kids dressed, and they want to open up the presents from Santa Claus, and I'm just trying to get everything. And I remember I want to help my daughter live in the moment on Christmas morning. I want to be able to shoulder all of that so she can experience with her daughter where I didn't get to experience, not because Todd didn't do it, because Todd was busy putting together some Jeep or some, BB gun where they didn't shoot their eye out or whatever. But
that always stressed me out.
And then, you're filling everybody's stockings up, and then you go and your stocking has chapstick or
I know,
or a lottery ticket
and a travel size bottle of Head and Shoulders.
Yeah, and it's so wonderful. Yeah, I mean, my Christmas as a kid was being with my grandparents and Barbies, and there was a mess all over the house. But then as an adult, I look back at my mom, I'm trying to think. Okay, where was my mom in these memories? Oh, she was in the kitchen doing what I did. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to remember.
Different perspective.
But as if there's any young parents out there, especially fathers, look, take pictures of your wife wrapping presents. Take pictures of your wife cooking the Christmas dinner. Take pictures of your wife, even just she doesn't have to know, not staged pictures.
Good advice right there.
Take those pictures of her, because a lot of my pictures of my kids when they're younger, they're all of the kids and my husband or something, because I'm the one, or the videotaping.
I'm not very good about that. And Holly and I'll go out on a date or something, and I'll say, we got to get a picture. And then I'll completely forget. And I feel bad about that all the time, so I need to be better about that. So
I'm going to start sending you alarm
Christmas, this
pictures.
Kwanzaa, this Boxing Day, this whatever, some winter solstice, I'm going to take more pictures.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah,
there you go.
One other memory I want to talk about. I was actually, Gracie was asking what I wanted for Christmas, and I was thinking about, do you remember when you were a kid and the opportunity to get something special at Christmas. And, it could have been a bicycle. It could have been a pair of, Air Jordans. It could have been, it could be all kinds of things. But you remember that feeling when you got that special gift? I don't get that anymore because I'm at the point in my life where I go, oh, I want a new set of headphones. I'll just go buy them myself. But that feeling of, I've seen this bike in this catalog and that's the one I want. And look how cool it is. And then on Christmas morning, you unwrap it and there it is.
Well, it's because you had no money back then. And it's not like we have money now, but it's that the fact
true.
But if we want it, we buy it, right?
Well,
if we want
but
something,
that's
we
my
buy it.
point is like, it wasn't even about the money back then. It was about wanting something so bad, the anticipation, and then getting it.
What was
and what
that?
that felt like.
What
it was all kinds of things.
Was there something that you always wanted as a kid, but you never got? I can tell you what mine is, and it haunts me to this day, and that's why I enabled and spoiled my children when they were younger. I wanted a Barbie house. My mother,
You never got a Barbie house.
Everything else was a Barbie house. I made Barbie houses, like everything, but I never got that Barbie house. That was like rich. You got a Barbie house.
Yeah.
Now I had like the car and I had the RV, but I never got the Barbie house.
I'm going to thank my mom and dad because nothing jumps out at me that I ever really wanted that I didn't get. I feel like my parents were
Except
really
discipline.
good about that. That's true. Yeah, and they never spanked me. Well, they never spanked me when they should have. But I'm excited that Christmas. When this comes out, Christmas is
the
tomorrow.
next day it's Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Well,
This is coming out on Christmas Eve.
yes, what I said.
Oh, yes. Oh, I thought you said tomorrow.
This is coming out on Christmas Eve. I know. I said this earlier today. I was like, I feel like it's August or September. I cannot believe that Christmas is
know.
right there. Wow.
We were meeting with somebody the other day and they said, I can't believe it's 10 days till Christmas. And I broke out in a cold sweat.
No.
I was like, oh my God.
You know what? The concept of time, like we're going into the new year, and we were meeting with somebody for lunch the other day, and you asked them a question. They said, oh, 2016. You go, oh, you're just brand new at this. And I was like, dude, that was almost 10 years ago. And you're like, it was.
I know. It's true. And here's a tip for you. The older you get, the faster it goes by.
Well, when people still say like, oh, 20 years ago, I still think 1980-ish, right? Like I'm still.
That's pretty funny.
Think about it.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
20 years ago. I'm like, oh yeah, that was 1980 something. No, it wasn't. That was
40 years ago.
Yeah, I'm old.
I think we both are.
I'm old. Well, on that note, happy holidays. Merry Christmas.
Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Boxing Day. Season's greetings.
Whatever it is, enjoy the time with your family. And thank you so much from the bottom of both of our hearts for listening to us, spending a little bit of your time with these two numbnuts. And we appreciate it.
We do. We really appreciate all the listeners out there, the people that have spent time with us this year. It's one of the things we're most thankful for. So thanks to all of you, and Merry Christmas and all those other things. But we just hope you have a happy holiday overall.
Peace out.